Prior to the start of school this year, we did a professional development that was led by our principal himself. So that was a really neat experience to have him up in front of us kind of playing that role. And in the PD, we were asked to kind of analyze our envisionment of the ideal student. And this was just such an empowering opportunity for us as teachers, because we were able to think about our culture of kids, the kids that we know the best, and think about what are those qualities that make those ideal students, and what are we looking for, and how do we want to change and grow and shape our students and mold them. Then we were given the opportunity to flip it back and reflect on ourselves personally and the ideal teacher. And that was a tough job to do whenever you're trying to be critical of yourself, but it was awesome for us to just be able to sit down and see, okay, well, how is it our role to prepare these students to be those ideal students that we're looking for? What do we have to do to facilitate that and make that happen? It's not just going to happen. The students aren't going to be what we're looking for without us facilitating that process. And then we also got to turn it back to our principal and talk about what he needed to do to help us help the students be that ideal principal. So this was just altogether a wonderful experience, just getting to collaborate and work together to just kind of have a vision and a purpose.
After meeting with my teacher leaders and planning the day, it was time for that day for our professional learning as a school. Again, I was out of my comfort zone. I was a nervous wreck, and as I led, I was more of a facilitator. The teachers led. You know, I just had to trust them, and what we developed was a shared vision of what we want our model students to look like, what we can do to facilitate that. And this was the part I really put myself out there. You know, I let them list the characteristics of what the principal should look like and the attributes he would have to support them as they support the students. And what we gained from that was a shared vision of what the direction our school is going to go in.
So instead of giving my students a classroom set of rules, we actually worked together, very similar to the PD that we did, to develop those ideas. What is it that we're looking for in an ideal student? So on the first couple days of class, we talked about, in this classroom, what are those behaviors that you do as a student to make the classroom work? What can I do as a teacher to make this that positive learning environment that you're looking for? So they just wrote all different ideas of things that those ideal students should be doing. We also color-coded them to go along with our school-wide PBIS system.
The professional development that we had this summer was completely different from anything that I've done here before. The principal really gave the teachers ownership. Instead of having someone come in and tell us what our model student and what our model teacher and principal are supposed to look like, he gave us that ownership and gave us the ability to name the traits that we felt our students should have and that we felt the teachers and the principal should have.
We did this prior to the start of school, which really got us all amped up and excited about our school year and those game-changing moments that we wanted to have throughout the year. But I think you could also do this at any time period throughout the school year as a nice little refresher and a new together focus on where you want the direction of your school to go.